Hi, I'm Nick, and today I'm going to show you how to make this little yarn-covered straw. All the materials are placed out on the tables, and a lot of them are placed in the order that you'll need to use them. So you'll want to pick up a little terracotta cup, and a piece of styrofoam, and some moss. And all you need to do is simply squirt some hot glue in the terracotta cup. And this is super hot, so be careful. Take the styrofoam, press it into the cup so that you can see it attached to the bottom. And then you want to add some glue on top of the styrofoam and add your moss. And that's all there is to that first step. So you can set that aside. You'll also find on the table some yarn-covered stars, and we're going to cover them. So take the yarn. You probably need a few yards. You can measure it out from your nose to the length of your arm or so. Everybody has different length arms. But start by winding the wire up the stem. It's like a little wand. And randomly going around the shape, filling it in to your liking. It doesn't have to be completely full. It can have some space in between. This process just takes a little time, and fill it up and wind and rewind like you're going to Blockbuster Video in the 1990s. So we're getting closer. And like I said, it doesn't matter how full it is. You can really decide how many times you want to just cover the form with yarn. So once you're satisfied, take the yarn and wrap it around the stem again. And then I'll have to find a pair of scissors, but clip the yarn, and I think I've got a pocket knife too. Thanks, Glenn. So clip the yarn, and you can insert the star into the moss and into the foam. And if you need to adjust the height of this star, you can do it by grabbing some wire cutters. There's an additional star that I'm going to use and not wrap any yarn around it, just to give it some depth. And then you'll want to take and get a couple pieces of orange, a couple sticks of cinnamon, and a couple cones, and simply hot glue those. Apply some hot glue to the items and stick them into the moss. You have to hold it for a moment to get it to stick. But glue those in. That's all there is to that step. And then you'll need a little piece of green raffia. And what I'm gonna do is probably wrap it in thirds or maybe fourths, and cut the ends so that there's several smaller, shorter strands. And what I can do is simply take and tie a bow around the two stems of the stars. Tie a knot or a bow, whichever you decide. And you can do this step earlier on, but that's the basic idea. And then as far as packaging goes, I have these cellophane bags, and you'll notice that one side has a seam and the other side has a little base. What you want to do is take and open it up so that the seam is on the back side of the cellophane bag. And take one of these stickers and align it with the crease on the bag, so right there. And then you can simply take it and pop it open. And place your completed item in the bag. And then once this is a bit too tall for this particular bag, but if it were ready and short enough to fit in the bag, you'd simply take and fold over the bag and bring it over to the heat sealer and ever so gently press down the lever. It takes a couple seconds and it'll click and it's sealed and ready to go. So that's all you need to do to create this little craft.